Hi ladies, it's Jen from Mindful Moms Network. So glad you're here again today. I know there's 5 million other things you could be doing with your time, so the fact that you're here is awesome and we thank you. So let's get to it. It's close to 2012. It's time to make our New Year's resolutions, and I think it's a great thing. And so this is a perfect time of year to press that pause button and reassess from top to bottom who you are, what's working for you in your life, and what's not. And so I'm coming to you today with 3 strategies, 3 things that I'm doing to reassess what's working for me in my thinking and what's not. So I'm going to be talking to you today primarily about shifting your energy from worrying about what other people think of you to you spending all of that energy on how you think of yourself. Because how we think of ourselves impacts how we show up to the ones we love. How we think of ourselves impacts and directly relates to and causes our actions in our life. So the reason why I was inspired to do this for this year is because I watched this Oprah clip of this stay-at-home mom who was, the stereotypical stay-at-home mom. She wore the applique sweaters on Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas. She wore the mom jeans. She stopped working for 10 years to raise her family. You know how the story goes. And Oprah encouraged her to get out of her box or step out of her box, and she did that by taking pole dancing lessons, which, that would step somebody out of their box. I think that would step me out of my box. But what I loved about what she said is after that experience, she said she saw herself differently. And when she saw herself differently, she was inspired. This business she had in her basement, she went out and she bought office space and she hired employees, and now she generates over millions of dollars each year doing what she loves. Like, if that isn't liberating, I don't know what is. And that inspired me to think, okay, well, how do I perceive myself, and how do the perceptions about myself hold me back from doing something like, pole dancing? That'd be cool. That's interesting. Sorry, Mom, if you're watching this, but yeah, that would be kind of cool. Okay, anyway, it does. You realize, like, you see yourself in this whole new way and you act differently. So here's what I'd like you to do. If you want to be inspired with me, come along on this journey. You only need to do 3 things, at least 3 things I'm doing. If you want to do them, great. Grab a journal. Okay, I'm an English teacher. I can't help myself. I'm all into journaling, but this is going to come in handy. This is a $1 journal from Michael's. Open it up. On one side of the page, write down all of the ways that you see yourself now or have seen yourself in the past that you want to let go of. And after you make that list, then on the right-hand side or on another piece of paper in your journal, I want you to spend time writing out all the ways you want to see yourself in 2012. All of the ways that you know deep down in your heart are true for you. So mine, the ones that I'm giving up, just to share, I'm a little too polite at times, and I think that can be a problem. I'm kind of always wanting something. I'm really never content. I'm working on that. The whole notion of being a stay-at-home mom, that's new to me since May, and I kind of struggled with following that identity shift from being a career person to pursuing my doctorate to all of a sudden be a staying-at-home mom. That was a big shift for me, one that I'm still working on. But then in my new story, my new characteristics of myself, I say things like, I'm a wonderfully calm and caring mom who is always well dressed. Yes, dressing and nice clothes are very important to me. And in terms of my relationship with my husband, I always apologize when necessary, and I greet my husband warmly after a day's work when he walks through the door, and I act tenderly toward him. I want my kids to see me acting that way, and I want to be that way toward him. And so I just made a list of all of the things, like I am creative, I am smart, I am funny, I'm a good dresser, and I remind myself of who it is and how I see myself that I want to become in 2012. What I do with this little handy-dandy little skinny little journal is I slip it under my mattress, and I actually sleep with it under my mattress because at nighttime before I go to bed, part of my rituals are important. Habits break hard, so you need rituals. I read it. I read over, I've got all of my, my list of my characteristics of who I want to become. I have affirmations in here, and I read them before I go to bed, and they seep into my consciousness at night. And then what I do in the morning is I slip on my very special bracelet that I made. I've called it the intentionality bracelet. And I sell it on my Etsy shop. So if you're interested in checking it out, there's a link on our website here to your right of the blog. It says my Etsy shop. But what I do when I put it on in the morning is I grab it, I say my intention out loud, whatever it is I'm thinking for that day. Like, the life loves me and I welcome any abundance it wants to send my way. Like that was my daily intention today. So every time that I looked at my bracelet, I thought that thought and I felt it. Life loves me. I am willing to accept every ounce of abundance it wants to send my way. And so that's a way that I perceive myself. Life loves me. Like, I'm lovable by life. And so those are the 3 things that I encourage you to do. Get a journal, write out, make your lists, and repeat them at nighttime. Use an intentionality bracelet or sticky notes across, all around your home, whatever works for you. But just remember, old habits die hard. It's like if you have a health habit that you want to break, if you want to exercise more, you want to eat better, you need a nutritionist or a trainer to help coach you through that. And you've got to be proactive into changing those habits. Same with your thinking. We here at Mindful Moms are your coach. We want to coach you through these habits of thinking that are hard to break. And we want to give you strategies and fellowship and inspiration to do these things and to make them become this new state of you and your wonderfulness, a state of mind and a state of how you live every single day of 2012 and beyond. So thank you so much for stopping by. It was a pleasure speaking with you. Here's to an amazing 2012, which I'll probably be asleep on the couch by 10:30, but nonetheless, it's gonna be awesome. Keep coming back to Mindful Moms. We got great things in store. We'll be launching our website. We'll be talking about mindful mothering in the moment, when your kids are driving you crazy and you don't know what to do. And we'll also always continue to focus on your inward development as a woman, because you're awesome and we love you. Thank you for being here. Take care.